the truth about creepers. This is Radical Self-Respect with Jared Mello. I have my ebook and audiobook by the same name. And you know the rest of the drill: like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, share. If you know other people who might benefit from learning more about radical self-respect. A lot of radical self-respect is really just boundaries and learning how to be more assertive, honestly, and protecting our energy. I'll make a video about that soon too, protecting our energy. But on to today's video, the truth about creepers. Now, first of all, what's a creeper? I'd say from a guy's point of view, a creeper is a guy who is trying to get his sexual or emotional needs met in a socially uncalibrated way. And it often makes women feel very uncomfortable on the inside. And the reason I'm making this video is because I see a lot of posts on Reddit about these women who, they're just petrified of these creepy kind of dudes when they're talking to them. And they think like just because they make them feel a certain way, it means they're going to be a true predator. And when I mean predator, I mean like a rapist, a woman beater, or a date raper spiking people's drinks. That's not what I'm talking about when I talk about a creeper. Those predators are truly people to be concerned about and to be wary of. Absolutely. But a creeper is generally just someone that makes the woman feel uncomfortable. But how do they do that? It's because a guy who is a creeper, who is socially uncalibrated in getting his sexual and emotional needs met, they can often have anxiety disorders, social anxiety, generalized anxiety. Maybe they're on the spectrum. Maybe they have Asperger's. Maybe they have depression. Maybe they're just awkward and needy and struggle with codependency. These are all very possible reasons why a guy is a creeper. Now, not always. Sometimes a guy has nothing really going wrong. They're just not really good at being social. And that could be true too. And to be clear, if you're a guy and you struggle with being creepy and you know it, it becomes our responsibility to do something about it. It becomes our responsibility to do better. Or go monk mode. Whatever. We got to improve our lot. We have to do and take care of our side of the street. So I don't want to alleviate any responsibility for men in this video. But on the woman's side, not everyone that makes you feel uncomfortable on the inside is truly a predator. That is also true. And I find a lot of the people that are really demonizing creepers, they're often the same people that are all for mental health awareness, etc. But then, when someone actually shows the manifestations of some form of mental illness, as in being a creeper, or maybe using drugs, then all of a sudden people's understanding and awareness goes out the window. And I wanted to point out that discrepancy where, not always, but often, being creepy is a sign of some sort of mental health issue. And whether it's awkwardness, neediness, codependency, an anxiety disorder, being on the spectrum, like those are all things that there's symptoms of mental health, right? And when someone's creepy, it's the manifestation of many of those issues. And I wanted to make people more aware of that fact and say, hey, if we're going to have awareness of mental health, we should be understanding of more of its manifestations. And being creepy absolutely is and can be one of the manifestations of a mental health issue. But people don't like to look at things from the man's point of view in this scenario where, two of our 6 core needs are sexual and emotional needs. And to the guys who have anxiety or very needy or codependent or awkward, those needs can be very difficult to be met. And it's not simple. And it's like they're very strong drives and desires that are going on here. And again, if someone struggles with being creepy, it is their responsibility to take care of it and to get better and to learn how to be more of a socially calibrated human being. 100%. I'm just hoping to spread more awareness of some of the reasons why some people are creepy. And a lot of them, they don't want to be creepy, they just don't know how. And conversely for women, a lot of the guys that you really do need to watch out for are the ones that actually make you feel good and don't make you feel uncomfortable at all. They're the ones that are smooth, slick, and charismatic. Or maybe they're really wealthy and have status. They're the ones you often see doing a lot of woman beating or doing all sorts of other terrible things. They're the ones you got to watch out for. The guys who are just socially awkward and uncomfortable and not naturals with women, they have like a sign over their head that every woman sees instantly. Like, I don't get women, I'm not good with women, and it's easy to spot them because they're that socially uncalibrated. The ones you got to watch out for are the ones that kind of blend in a little more. So I just wanted to make people more aware of what's going on in these scenarios, because guess what? I've been a creepy dude in the past, absolutely. And what it was for me was severe social anxiety, maybe even a little on the spectrum for all I know. It's just really needy and codependent behaviors, and it was because it was how I was brought up. I didn't have examples of smooth, charismatic people in my life. I didn't have people that showed me how to be socially calibrated, really. So I blundered through it. And I'm sure I came off as creepy to people, but there really wasn't any malice behind it. Like, it was just really me just being awkward. And I think a lot of awkward guys get a really bad name. They're really demonized when it's not really that deep. Like, they're really just awkward and they're uncomfortable with women, and it comes off in a bad way. But they're not predators. They're not rapists. They're not woman beaters. And they're not spiking people's drinks. Like, it's a different thing. Now, if someone is doing those things, again, those things are completely terrible and should be punished to the full extent of the law. Absolutely. But I just want to have a dividing line. Now, could there be some overlap? Yeah, there could be at some points, probably. But most guys who are just creepers, like, they are not the predator types I have found. A lot of them are just socially awkward. And if anything, they struggle with being, quote unquote, the nice guy, which we all know that's not really being nice. It's just they're afraid. They're fearful of getting their needs met and telling people what they want. And so oftentimes they're socially uncalibrated. But again, I wanted to make this video today just to shed a little awareness on what could be possibly going on in the guy that's a creeper out there, instead of getting him publicly humiliated and shamed. And it's not to say the guy doesn't need to improve. I'm not saying that. I just wanted to help promote a little understanding of what might be going on that guy's end, instead of just demonizing him and telling him that he's a terrible person or he's just a fool, a creep, etc. It's like, if you're going to claim to want to promote mental health awareness, then it becomes a little more of our responsibility to look a little deeper into what's actually going on and to be a little more understanding of manifestations of mental illness. And manifestations of mental illness could be creepiness, could be addictions, could be other negative behaviors that make people feel uncomfortable or etc. But that's what they are. A lot of these mental health issues they're things, and they manifest themselves in all different kinds of ways. And so it's just something to be aware of, that, hey, this is what could be going on. But a lot of people like to say they have mental health awareness, but then when they see manifestations of mental health, they actually are really turned off by it, and they're really like, oh. And I'm not saying you have to start actually going on dates with creepy dudes. No, not at all. Just be a little more understanding about it. It's probably often a symptom of a mental health issue. And if we're going to claim to have mental health awareness, we probably should have a little more understanding of the actual ways mental health manifests in people's lives. So again, that's all I have for today. Please let me know what you think about this video. Do you agree, disagree, etc.? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And with that, thank you very much for watching.